welcome everybody back into our DirtCrowd platform and on the line episode with DirtCrowd driver Cash Lacombe. But before we get there, we'd like to thank our marketing partners, Pure Clean and Broken Arrow. James Hoover and his team do a great job. Any issues or problems you have, any restoration damage or anything you need to have taken care of, please give James Hoover and them a call over at Pure Clean and Broken Arrow. They do a fantastic job. And saying that, we're now talking of a fantastic job this past weekend in a midget. DirtCrowd driver Cash Lacombe. Cash, how you doing, brother?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I don't know if I'm as good as you. You got to be walking on cloud nine after this past weekend in a midget. Man, you did a fantastic job. Overall, before we start taking a look at some highlights and some standings and stuff, kind of going into the weekend, what were you thinking? First time in a midget? I mean, were you a little bit nervous? I mean, was it one of those things you felt confident, or how was you feeling going into it?
No, I definitely, obviously, I had some nerves, but I was more confident, and I was more confident in who I knew I was gonna be around, and more confident that I've watched midgets, and they look like they had fit my style pretty well.
I agree
So
with
I was
that
pretty
100%.
excited.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Watching you run that the non-wing micro like you do, I didn't think it was going to be long for you to have some success. And then, like to your point, teaming up with the team as good as you did with Chase McDermott and those guys, Drake Edwards in the other seat. Getting in good equipment always helps, and we've heard nothing but good things about them. So I knew you were in good hands, and I knew you were going to have some success, but man, I didn't know you were going to run as good as you did. Super proud of you. Taking a look at some of the highlights, I know you ran. You were at Sycamore that the first night, and I know you had a fantastic run in the feature there. I don't have any footage from that, but walk us through that first night, kind of what you were thinking, how the night went. I knew you guys had some issues, but tell us overall how the first night went for you.
No, yeah, it was a good learning night, I'd say. We had problems for hot laps. I mean, hot laps are qualifying and couldn't make it out. And then we were like, all right, we think we got it fixed. Wouldn't fire off for the heat. And then finally we figured out it was dead battery. So we were pretty confident it was going to fire. So it fired off for the feature. And I think there's 22 cars there and they took all of them. So I was at the rear. Like I was the last one to roll out there. And I was pretty confident that I'd figure it out, but I didn't think I'd figure it out enough to go 22-1 and 8 or whatever, however many laps it was. And once I figured it out, man, I was having a blast.
Well, yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Fortunately, your dad sent me a highlight clip, which was you doing what you do and running the cushion like you do. But looked like the car had a lot of speed, and you looked super, super comfortable in the car, and obviously had a great showing. Didn't end up with the best result, and it sometimes happens, but obviously showed how much speed you have in the seat and how much the car had overall, which leads us into the second night at Angel Park with the Badger Midgets as well. I know you probably haven't ran at Angel Park before, so obviously that's new for you, but probably a little bit more comfortable the second night in. But I think Mark's got a little bit of footage we can take a look here. I know in the heat race, you started 8th and ended up winning that thing. Again, just it looks like you and your micro, right? I mean, you just seem so comfortable and seem to find speed even on a single lane track here. You go up into entry 3 and 4 and get it done.
Yes, sir. No, yeah, that was fun. I could have had him earlier for sure. I could have had him with about 4 to go, but the way he was running was a little sketchy to me. Like he would get up into 1, and I was just scared of I got under him with 3 to go, but I knew I was gonna be able to execute a safer way, just like right here.
Right.
And I knew going to that white flag, I knew exactly what I was gonna do, and it worked out perfect.
Yeah. Well, obviously you looked fantastic. I know we talked a little bit off camera before we got on, but I knew you felt comfortable, obviously, with the team you're running with and with Drake. And tell us a little bit about the team as a whole and how they made that transition that much easier for you.
No, yeah, Chase gave me probably one of the easiest cars in the pit area to drive, and it was amazing to be able to drive something like that and have the opportunity with that. And he's really fun to work with, and even Drake. Drake Drake was racing and he was still over there at our pit, like giving me some pointers and asking how I did, and like still helping out on the car. And Chase, even he just gave me some pointers, and like it was a really good learning curve. He would tell me some stuff to keep in the back of my head that like really I feel like improved the way I could like execute and just gain positions a better way without kind of being out of whack.
Well, and that's got to give you a lot of confidence, right? Obviously, number one, getting the call from them to come up and race, that's got to make you feel on top of the world to begin with. But then for you to get in the seat and perform as well as you did is another thing. And I'm sure they were obviously hoping for some decent results, but I'll bet they weren't expecting to see what you did. So, we're used to seeing it with you in the micro, but obviously they made that phone call for a reason, and knew that they had something special with you, and you went out and proved it in the car. So super proud of you for that. Again, looking back on it, you just got to be on top of the world really with your results after coming back and settling in and starting to think about it a little bit.
No, yes, sir. I was a little disappointed in myself the first night. Just I didn't execute the way I should have. I was in the wrong driving style in that moment and not in a midget driving style, and I just made a little mistake, and it kind of like it clumped up under the car and just tossed me, and I was just along for the ride from there. But I was definitely a little disappointed after that because I knew I could have got him a win. But the second night definitely wasn't as disappointed, just because running to second to someone like Drake is a win to me so far,
Oh,
especially
100%.
just starting out. Yeah.
100%. And even the first night, showing the speed you did, I know as a car owner or as a fan, it's one thing. Yeah, we did end up on our head a little bit, but the fact that you had the speed and were running as good as you did is it just proves to the fact that what you've been doing in the micro is not a fluke. Speaking of which, let's talk a little bit about what's the difference for our young drivers out there that are running some micros now, running the wing car and running the non-wing car. How different was it you getting in the midget and racing it versus even just the non-wing micro?
No, yeah, I caught on pretty quick, but to me, it's a heavier micro. Like anything you do, you got to do it 20 foot, 20 foot closer to what you want to do. Like if you want to make the corner, then you got to turn 20 foot before you would in a micro. A micro, it's like you're stuck. Like if you're entering high and you have a guy lane change to go to the top, you can just turn the thing back to the bottom and
Right,
dive under him, and then you're good. But a midget, you gotta like keep in the back of your head, like, hey, if I want to make this corner, I gotta turn right now.
right, right. Can you tell a speed difference? I mean, I know you're on a big track there, and we know you love to be up there banging the boards and on the cushion. But can you tell a big difference in the speed of the car?
No, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun whenever you can feel the wind start blowing into your race suit on your wrist, and that was happening. So I was having a blast.
I bet. I bet. Well, you did a fantastic job. We're super proud of you. I told you before we were in Knoxville. I was in Knoxville for 10 or 11 days here and just got back not too long ago. But everybody's asking me, hey, who are these young and up and cover drivers in the micro? And obviously there's two or three that we think highly of, and just so happens they are all DirtCrowd drivers. But yeah, your name and Jet come up a ton, and I'm super proud to be associated with you both. You guys being on the DirtCrowd platform, and you guys got super bright futures. So just keep doing what you're doing, and you're a superstar in the making. So super proud of you as far as that goes, Cash. But let's go back to the day job, you and the micro. I know you've got a huge race coming up in a couple weeks at Coles County. That's the KKM race that pays $25,000 to win. I know you probably are laser focused on that one. Talk to us a little bit about getting back in the micro. I know you and Matt have had a really strong program. The car's been fast all year. I know you've had a couple of bad breaks. You've had a couple of seconds that if you could take back, you would be punching yourself, maybe making a mistake here or two that you think you could get in victory lane on. But overall, the car's had a ton of speed. You and Matt work really, really well together. You got to have some confidence rolling into that race in a couple of weeks as well.
No, yeah, I'm hyped. I'm ready to get after it, and I'm getting a little tired running second. So I know rolling up in there, I know exactly what I'm going to go for, and I'm gonna try and do anything in my way to get that one more spot, especially at a race like that. I'll do.
Well,
Me
I
and
I know you will, Bub. I know you will, and it'll come. You just, but like we said, you've had so much speed. You're doing a great job. You got a super bright future, so we're super proud of you. Just super excited to be along for the ride, and looking forward to really big things coming from you. Maybe in a couple weeks, but definitely in the near future, and onward and upward, right? So, again, congratulations. Great job on your debut weekend in the Midget. Did a fantastic job representing all of us from back in our neck of the woods and in the micro world, and really looking forward to seeing what you're going to do in the future. But if you would, go ahead and give us a shout out, and thank everybody that's involved and behind Cash Lacombe Racing, if you would.
No, yes, sir. I definitely. I got to start off with Chase, and then for the opportunity this weekend with CMR and Drake and all of them back. And I thank my dad for most part for making. He's the whole reason I have a name under me. And Larry Crane, International Trailer Source, Matt Carr too. I mean, he's got a very big part of why I'm where I'm at right now. And nobody would know who I am if it wasn't for him and my dad. So thank them for most. Matt Car Innovations, Hyper Racing, Evo Fuel Injection. I mean, I'm going blank.
Well,
VH Services and Rescom Pressure Washing. I think that's it.
well, it just goes to show you got a lot of good people behind you. They're super proud to be associated with you, and yeah, Matt and Chase and your dad and everybody does a great job, but you're doing a great job in the seat, and you're a great representative of all those companies and of DirtCrowd as well, and we appreciate having you on board. So in saying that, we wish you nothing but the best of luck here in a couple weeks, and we'll have you back on soon, and go practice that golf swing or go do a little fishing between now and then, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, you take care, Cash. All right, everybody, that's DirtCrowd driver Cash Lacombe. He had a fantastic debut in the Midget last weekend with Chase McDermott. Got a super bright future, and everybody needs to make sure they keep an eye on Cash. So with that being said, thanks again to everybody coming on, and we'll see you again next time.
Racers don't slow down, and neither do we. At Factory 14, quality products, proven performance, and unmatched service come together under one roof. Our showroom is packed with everything for junior sprints to sprint cars, all ready for race day. Our race team and development program are shaping the future of this sport. And with professional trackside support across the country, you're never alone, you're part of our team. One team, one standard, always accessible. Factory 14, excellence in every detail.